I just got here.
Hello everybody, we just got out of Deadpool and Wolverine.
Deadpool and Wolverine.
I'm here with my friend Jake. This is your fifth time on the channel.
I'm starting to become a regular.
I know, you're a serious regular. Jake had a +1 for Deadpool and Wolverine, and I came along and we just got out of the theaters.
Yep.
So we wanted to do a quick review of our thoughts. No spoilers, because the email said no spoilers.
Yes, and there are plenty of spoilers in this.
I know, it's really hard not to spoil the movie because there's a lot of good things to spoil, but we're not going to do it.
Yeah, all we will say about that is that any fans who go into this movie will get their money's worth.
Yes, if you're a Deadpool fan, Wolverine fan, you'll be happy. If you're a superhero fan, Marvel, you'll be very happy.
Entertainment in general.
So overall, what are your thoughts?
Overall, this was a lot better than I thought it was going to be. The trailers didn't impress me all that much.
Mm-hmm.
So, and seeing as how Marvel has been in kind of a creative slump lately, I was worried how this would be in Disney's hands. But overall, it still carries that Deadpool mantle that it had during its tenure in Fox. So I was pleasantly surprised with just how much of the R-rated nature, how much of the comedy, how much of the self-deprecating nature was in it. It was basically like the self-referential stuff, where they're making fun of themselves. It did so much better than She-Hulk Attorney at Law did.
They had a lot of digs at 20th Century Fox and at Marvel
and Disney.
The comedy was there. There was a lot of laughter in that theater.
Yeah, and there's definitely a lot of fans in that audience.
Yeah, and we got a lot of cheering too. There's a lot of really good cameos. And a lot of people were really happy with some of the cameos. Were you happy for the cameos?
I saw some of them coming because they got leaked a little earlier, but there were some that were legitimate surprises. And although I wasn't truly thrilled by it, I could tell the audience was.
I didn't see any trailers for this movie, so I went in blind. I just saw pictures of behind the scenes of filming for Wolverine and Deadpool and Ryan Reynolds. But other than that, I was really happy with it.
Yeah,
it was funny. I really loved the opening credits, that opening scene. I thought that was pretty cool.
That to me was the assurance that Deadpool was in good hands for this run. Because I was worried that it was going to, even if it was a rated R, how rated R it was going to be.
Yeah,
but no, it was its cards.
It was definitely a rated R, crazy extravaganza. What didn't you like about it?
There were some jokes that didn't work, but that's typical with the Deadpool movies.
Yeah.
And funny enough, the reason I didn't like the trailers, the worst jokes were in the trailers. And I could tell, when they have the line, "I am Marvel Genius," it only got a couple of chuckles in the audience. I think people were either spoiled by that joke or the joke wasn't even that funny. But there were a lot of good jokes that followed in its place.
Yeah.
So that, and also the runtime, it felt a little too long for what it was.
Yeah, it felt too long. There are some scenes that kind of dragged. I was like, oh, this doesn't need to be here. But I feel like it could have been maybe an hour and 40 minutes would have been fine. It's 2 hours and maybe 2 minutes.
I think 7 minutes, was the
it was a little too long for me. But overall, I liked Ryan Reynolds. And there was a lot of, they show this on TV or I don't know where. There's a spoiler of female Deadpool. And a lot of people this is not a spoiler because we don't know, they never show her face. People were thinking it was going to be his wife, but then she never took off the mask, so we don't know who female Deadpool is.
Well, there was also a rumor that it would be Taylor Swift.
Yeah, so nobody knows who that lady is.
And you know what? That's actually an interesting cameo.
Yeah.
We don't have to know the actor. It could just be up to speculation.
I know. And there's what was your favorite? Oh, I guess we can't say because it'll be spoiling.
But what was the question?
I was gonna be what was your favorite cameo?
Well, it's the cameo that I appreciated the most. That's one I cannot spoil. But if you know the history,
was it when everyone cheered?
Yes, it was definitely a cheer-worthy moment. But it took me a moment to realize, oh, wait a minute, there's a history with this. That's behind the scenes of a different movie. So that's all I will say.
Yes, there's a lot of movies that are intertwined in this. which contributes to the cameos, which makes it fun. And a lot of big surprises that you wouldn't even think. Like, it's a female. The first female cameo in the cave.
Yeah.
Do you know who I'm talking about?
I know exactly who you're talking about.
Yeah, so that was a big surprise to me because I didn't know she was intertwined with Deadpool, but I guess they're not because it's just 20th Century Fox or something.
Yeah, I mean, I knew that one. That one was spoiled ahead of time.
Oh, really? I didn't know.
That was actually one of the cameos that was known like a while ago.
Okay. So there was a lot of action. Were you happy with the action?
I was happy with the action because one of my worries was that this director has worked with Ryan Reynolds before, and they made a lot of quote-unquote safe movies, but honestly, the action was pretty good. I wish some of the camera movement was a little better, like because sometimes with this new kind of digital filmmaking they have, you see a lot of motion blur with the action. I want to see like it all crisp. I want to see some sweeping action scenes, which is something Michael Bay does pretty well right now.
I know there was one action sequence that the camera was like really shaky. That was like the one that I didn't enjoy, but overall, like the first one when he was fighting by himself, that was pretty cool the way that it was shot. When Wolverine and him were fighting, it's so hard to do a spoil-free review.
It's funny when I write these reviews. I'm always thinking like, how do I do it without talking about the spoilers?
I know,
because
it's
those
hard.
are usually the best things to talk about.
Exactly, but overall, we enjoyed it.
Yes, I would say that this is the best MCU film we've gotten since Spider-Man No Way Home.
Yeah.
It's like, if we're ranking it, it's probably this, Spider-Man No Way Home, Guardians of the Galaxy 3. What else? Were there any others, or was that... There was the Marvels, I don't know, like it's all... I don't know how far into the phase we are
this
right
has
now,
been the best one, actually. You're right.
It felt like the most fun.
Yeah, it's a lot of fun.
I was also worried like how much homework you're going to have to do with this film, like in regards to the MCU. Technically, you need to know a few things or at least be familiar with them, but it's not going to make or break it. Like the jokes still work.
So overall, what would you rate Deadpool and Wolverine?
I would give it like at the moment, like at the very most, a solid 7 out of 10.
That's good. Yeah, I would give it a 3 out of 5, and if it was out of 10, I'll say a 7.5.
Yeah,
7.5 out of 10.
I would say some of the weaker jokes in the runtime like is what bumped it down a little bit. But as far as the Deadpool movie goes, it's solid. I would say it's actually better than Deadpool 2 in a way.
I know. I actually like this one better than Deadpool 2.
Yeah, this one actually...
I would say it was like Deadpool 1, this one, then Deadpool 2.
Yes, I absolutely agree with you.
So it gets 3 stars from me and 7 out of 10 from you, 3 out of 5 from me.
So about a 3.5 out of 5 for me.
That's a good high rating.
Yeah.
So definitely recommended, especially if you're a Marvel fan and if you're a Deadpool Wolverine fan, you're gonna love it.
Yeah, I would not recommend IMAX. I feel like it's not required for this movie.
Yeah, we saw it on IMAX only because it was free. And we got
the official Deadpool and Wolverine popcorn bucket.
I know.
Designed specifically by Deadpool. As it says.
So we got a nice souvenir, which is always nice.
Always, it's my very first popcorn bucket.
I know, mine's too. Mine's in my bag here. Anyways, that is the review. We loved Deadpool and Wolverine.
But mostly Deadpool.
Mostly Deadpool. He was fun.
Yeah, Wolverine was great too.
He was really good too. It was a nice combination of the both. Like Deadpool's silliness and Wolverine's like seriousness.
Yeah, there's a lot of people I've seen on YouTube who like mock conversations between Wolverine and Deadpool like long before this was even conceptualized.
Yeah.
And it matches perfectly.
So definitely recommend it. It was a lot of fun, and thank you, Jake, for bringing me.
Of course, thank you for joining along.
Yes.
It's always so much fun when you're around.
Thank you. So until the next time he brings me to an advanced screening. That's it. That's the review. Go watch Deadpool and Wolverine, which comes out next weekend. No, Friday the 26th? The 24th?
That's right. Hang on,
it comes out this weekend.
I want to make sure that
I want to give you the right dates. It is coming out this Friday, because today is Monday, and I'm not supposed to post this review until Tuesday. So it comes out on Friday,
July 26th.
The 26th. I was right.
Yeah. Because in the words of Deadpool, the thing about vlogs is that you can't go back to the editing room and edit it. Once it's
out there. I hope they hear. I hope you heard all of that because there was a truck going by. We're outside
It's a
in New
spoiler.
York City. Okay, that is the review. Make sure to subscribe, like the video, comment if you're gonna go see Deadpool, and until next time.
Nothing's terrible on her channel.
Exactly. Thank you. Bye.